Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this end of year review, I guess, for the year of 2022. And this is basically just me talking about how the year's been for the channel, what's happened over this year, blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff. So first off, let me say a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed this year, everyone who's been watching the content. This year's been fun. So two things before I go into specifics. One thing I noticed looking back at where I did my last year review, this one to this one, I've noticed that I think there was a bit more content light this year. There was definitely stuff going out every month, but I noticed that a lot of that regularity dropped off, and I noticed that sometimes I was only putting out 4 videos a month, or things came and went in waves, let's say, which I would like to try and do better going forward into 2023, but I'm also not going to put that pressure on myself. Things like basically September to December, as somebody who works in retail, it becomes a very, very difficult month, so I need to have time to myself to just chill and all that. But despite that, like, I would like to put out more content. I would like to work on certain things on this channel. And on the other side of that, it's like I have looked at what I put out. We're not quite at 200 subs, but we're a couple off, and I am very proud of what this channel is doing and where it is going, and the variance of content. I know that maybe doing so much different types of content isn't always necessarily the best thing, but as long as I'm enjoying doing it, you're getting the content that I want to make. It's not me trying to force out anything specific. But I want to talk about, like, the year, what came out on the channel, and what I want to do going forward. So it's kind of like it's like a channel update, but it's more like a year in review, I guess, with that sort of tacked on to the end of it. So a couple of big 3 things happened this year on the channel that I would say that were newish. First off was the controller reviews that I did earlier in the year. I realised I haven't done that many recently, but I started doing controller reviews for the Switch. So we had like the Afterglow PDP one. I had I can't remember. There was a couple of others basically. Oh, the 8-bit dough, and then I think it was the Power I think. So it was like 3 different companies. I have since then been buying controllers slowly over time, and I haven't done any more controller reviews, but I wish to rectify that going forward into sort of January, February time, and just do a couple new videos. So to give you guys an idea, I now own a couple of 8-bit dough ones. I've got a very small 8-bit dough controller. I've got a weird the free D-pad one, and I also have the 8-bit dough ultimate controller, which I hope to make videos on each of them, doing what I normally do, showing how they work in 2D, showing how they work in 3D games, and if they're worth purchasing, things like that. I stand by the 8-bit dough PDP and Power A. A lot of their controllers on Switch feel much better. And I do plan on buying some weird stuff. I've seen some weird controllers by 8-bit. I've seen some strange stuff on Amazon. A lot of third-party stuff I've never even heard of. But I do like to pick these things up and potentially do more reviews of them going forward. It's just fun. I enjoyed that. That was something that started in 2022, and I'd like to continue doing it. Maybe space them out a bit more. Maybe like one a month. Maybe not so much cram them all in, because I think sometimes people don't necessarily want to see that much content on a specific thing in a short period of time. So that's something I would like to think about, but I'll get more onto that in a bit. The 2 other big things that I did this year, first off, was a lot more video game related music stuff. Talking about like the advanced CO themes, doing like emotional tracks. The big one obviously was reacting to Don Hayes' top 100 video game music tracks of all time. That was a lot of fun. I liked doing it. I liked putting my opinions on it. And it was a fun experience, and that's now led on to something else, which was my top 10s of different games, which you can see right now on the channel. I have done Time Splitters Future Perfect. I have also done Unreal Tournament, and hopefully the next one will be Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and then I'm not sure I'm going from there yet, but I have ideas of things I'd like to do. I've always really, really enjoyed video game music. I love a lot of video game music. I am very much on the side of the sort of the bouncier stuff. Like, I do enjoy the we'll call air brackets emotional pieces, which is a really bad name for them, but not more the orchestrated stuff, or like that kind of slower vibe that a lot of those things can have. and I do enjoy those, but I definitely lean on the side of, you know, platformers having a lot more bouncier music and the stuff that really gets me pumping. Unreal Tournament soundtrack is easily one of the best I've ever had the pleasure of listening to, but I would like to, I want to keep that going. It is something that I enjoy doing. Again, they won't be regular. I definitely don't want to promise them being regular. They will be done when I want to do them. So, like, if I'm listening to a soundtrack, because to give you guys an idea, I have to pick the game that I want to do, listen to the soundtrack, pick out the tracks, and then I have to narrow that down to 10 tracks to get what I want, and then write, you know, have it up and done up, so it's writing about it, so that you guys have something to read while the tracks are counting down. So there is that side of it. It does take a while. So, you know, they'll get done when they get done. And those 3 things alone, doing the Don Hayes video game music, the top 10s, and the controller reviews, was a lot of fun in 2022. And it made me realise that I like being a variety channel. I like doing things that I can do in the sense that, like, oh, I fancy doing some music stuff, so I'm going to do that. Or maybe I've got a new controller, maybe I'm ready to talk about it. Obviously, things like, I mean, a lot of this falls under Opinion Machine anyway, or at least like the controller reviews do, and that's not going to stop. I, you know, took a little bit of a back seat during December, which I think I'm going to do going forward every year now. So every December is going to be is going to be like some kind of playthrough that's going to be already uploaded, so that I will still do videos and possibly streams between them. But for me personally, I need that month. I need December to myself. It is a busy time in my actual job, and I don't have time for the channel. But I want to make sure there's something still going up, so people have something to look forward to. Yeah, Borderlands might not be for everybody, but it fit nicely. There was like 11 parts of it. It fit nicely for pretty much all of December, and I'm fine with that. That did what I needed it to do, and so. Going into 2023, what do I want to do looking back at 2022? The video game tracks, that top 10s. Definitely want to continue that. The controller reviews, want to do them when I have that product to do it with. I want to talk about certain games that maybe I haven't covered, that may be 3 to 4 years old but came out on the Switch. I think I'm just going to do... I bought a lot of physical Switch games that I haven't played this year. And I think when I get around to playing a lot of that stuff, like backlog essentially, I'm just going to make videos on it. And if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. There is that. Obviously, covering stuff that comes out will be fun. And also, you know, I said in the last channel update, or either the last one or before, I want to do something. I want to get back to doing Retro Reminisce. I can't force it because it's just one of those things. And I want to do something called Retro Reminisce Mini, which is looking at games that maybe the other guys don't want to play, and I can just do those and make them on a smaller scale. I'm not going to promise when that stuff's going to come out. There's no point. Like, it will get done when it gets done. I do want to get back to it. I think when I do some of the mini stuff, I'm going to do maybe 4 episodes, so at least that's a new one every month. You know, things like that. Like, I've got to make smarter decisions for the release schedules of when videos go up and things like that. Okay, I'm not trying to chase trends or anything. Like, some of my videos just blow up, and I'm always humbled by that. You know, my Deep Rock Galactic Season 3 video, I think, is almost roughly about 300 views, which might not sound like a lot to you guys, but it's huge to me. Whenever a video gets over 100, like, that's crazy. In fact, anytime a video hits, my success bar is if it hits 50 plus views with the current state of the channel, I'm like, that's a success for me personally. If I get comments, that's even more of a success. You know, and I have to appreciate that stuff. Like, I'm not going to hit, like, the Advance Wars video that's got 26,000 views on it, which is insane. And, you know, that's a reaction video, so they always get massive amounts. But for me, looking at this year, I would like to put out, ideally, 2 videos every week. I mean, I could do more. I'm not going to promise more. I'm not going to promise that there will always be 2 videos. I know what I want to make. I have a list of things that I want to make and want to do and implement into the channel. A lot of it is just time. Sometimes I get home from work and I don't want to do anything. You know, I play a lot of games with my friends, and I'm not suddenly going to, you know, stop doing the things that I enjoy. As you can see all those guitars back there, like, I really want to get back into music. I want to get back into making some, like, video game stuff as well. Sometimes these things take time. So what I think going forward, you know, I have ideas. There might be times where you might have a week where there's no content, because I might take that time, extra time, to create content that I'm a bit, that takes a bit more effort, I'll try and be as transparent about that. Like there might be time where I just take time off. I'm not gonna shoot myself in the foot for it. I've probably put out more content than some other smaller YouTubers, this year, more regular stuff. Anyway, like I feel like I'm mostly consistent, not as much as I have been in the past, perhaps, but going forward, I'm gonna do what I enjoy doing. I'm not gonna force stuff out. I'm not gonna make videos that I don't enjoy or just feel like I need to make something. If I'm not feeling it or I just need the time off, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take that time off. And sometimes stockpiling content's also not a bad idea. Maybe I should be doing that. Maybe I should do a sort of 8 videos, get it stockpiled, and then start putting them out. And then that gives me 8 weeks. Less than that, sorry, 4 weeks, because it'll be 2 videos a week to work on other stuff. I mean, that's basically where I'd like to be. I'm not always that good at that. Like, it's just sometimes I'm just not. But I have had some time off recently. I'm feeling a bit more refreshed and regenerated. I've got a big chunk of time off my actual job soon, and I would like to spend every day making a video, and I would like to cover January and February pretty much consistently with a bunch of content, and go from there, really. I'm feeling really positive about it. I'm really happy with where the channel is. I haven't quite hit that 200, but we'll get there. I'm not worried about that. And looking forward to covering games coming out in 2023 from Nintendo, from the other companies. Like, I know I'm primarily a Nintendo guy and PC guy because that's the platforms I use, but there's stuff that the other companies have. I can't cover everything. I don't plan on covering everything. I think I'm also gonna try and stay away from drama, things like the Bayonetta situation with the voice actress. I covered it. I don't think I did a great job of it, and obviously every time I put a video out, the next day more information came out, and that's just, I think with those situations, I might do quick videos or something on it. I don't know yet. I want to talk. If I want to talk about like drama and stuff, it will be like how I'm still boycotting Activision Blizzard on the channel and stuff like that. But I want to. What I really want to do is get eyes on listening to soundtracks, highlighting composers, highlighting good games, looking at retro stuff. A bit more positive and a little less negative. I think that's kind of the goal for next year. And I want to make a video, for example, I want to do a video talking about like how, rather than just saying, hey, Mario Strikers Battle League football was pretty bad, or at least boring, what ideas could Next Level Games take going forward? What ideas do I think they could take going forward, and put that spin on it and say, hey, look, okay, this game might not be great, like, this is what I think could be looked at and changed. Just different things, stuff to try to keep things interesting, and as for streams, like, I haven't streamed nearly as much this year. What you have seen is you've seen me play a couple of games, Cyberpunk and Dark Souls. Both of those games got the, like, I'm streaming for the first time. I do plan on doing more. I do want to do Skyrim. I do want to do Mass Effect. But right now, the game that I actually want to stream, or I may have streamed by the time this video has gone up, I don't know. I'm looking at doing like Deus Ex, Human Revolution. I love that game. I've got more incentive to play that game again for like the 7th or 8th time than I have to play Skyrim and Mass Effect. But I will get around to it, right? I'm not putting out some kind of schedule for when I want to do these games. Like, I will get around to them when I am ready to do them and when I feel like I'm ready to do them. And that's kind of how I am right now. I'm like, I'm going to do the stuff that I want to enjoy, and like, I want to put out more Smash compilation videos. I've got tons of replays, but they'll get out when they get out. I want to do more videos on Smash, on all other stuff. There's plenty of ideas, and I've got a load of it written down. I just need to do them. So yeah, I think 2022 was a good year for the channel. I'm very proud of it. Like I said, I'm super grateful for any of you that hit like, watched any of the videos, commented on any of the videos, obviously subscribed, are still watching the videos. Like, that's really heartwarming and very humbling, and I don't take it for granted, because I'm taking your time if you are watching these. And going forward, I know what I want to do. I know what a lot of the music stuff probably isn't going to get a lot of views, but like I said, I'm not chasing that. And I will cover Nintendo Direct still. I'd like to cover some of the stuff that Nintendo brings out. Obviously, Tears of the Kingdom I'll probably do a video on this year. Fire Emblem Engage I'll probably do a video on. And hopefully we get some surprises. Metro Prime 4, a new Mario game, new Donkey Kong, I don't know. We'll see what happens. maybe even Nintendo announces a new system. Who knows? Who knows what 2023 will bring? But I'm very happy with the channel. I'm looking forward to going into 2023 with hopefully content ready, but also no stress. I'm not gonna, if a video doesn't come out when I need it to come out, never mind. There's always another day. So I'm gonna react to it. So thank you very much to absolutely everyone for this year. I don't need to say what I normally say at the end of these videos. I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody that's been watching, and I hope you had a good Christmas. I hope you had a good New Year, and let's hope that 2023 is good for everybody. Good for gaming, good for yourselves, and hopefully for me, good for this channel. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.